Hey Geeks in Training, do you want to talk about superheroes? I want to talk about superheroes. So, for about a year now, my favorite superhero has been Wonder Woman. I've been reading her comics and I just find all of them to be really, really good. But for a very long time before that, like my entire life before that, my favorite superhero was beyond a doubt Superman. I just always really liked his sense of justice. Due to this, I was more excited than most of my friends for the release of the new Superman movie this summer. Not that I was expecting much, but wow, did it exceed my expectations. In fact, I would argue that it's the best superhero movie to come out in recent years, and definitely my favorite. So, here are the top 5 reasons why I love the new Superman movie. Number 5. The backstory. I'll admit right off the bat that I'm a sucker for a good backstory. I simply love world building. And the Superman movie was filled with really interesting tales about the history of Krypton. The opening of the movie establishes a really good base by chronicling the planet's last days. Throughout the movie, they continue to provide even more, explaining what the Kryptonians were like throughout their history. The time taken to explain all this made Krypton feel real and important. And the best part was, all that backstory actually mattered. It didn't just set up a story that led nowhere. The lore that was built up around the Kryptonians was all important for understanding the central conflict and motivation of the characters. Number 4. The female characters. If this movie is any indication, and I hope it is, strong female characters are on the rise in superhero movies. And it's about time. Gone are the days when Lois Lane's only purpose is to get kidnapped and wait around for Superman to come save her. Granted, there was still a lot of Lois Lane falling and Superman catching her in this movie, but she was also an integral part of the team. She stood face to face with danger and stayed in the fight despite facing certain death. And she wasn't the only awesome female character in this movie. Lara, Superman's mother, literally stands in an open doorway while the destruction of Krypton rays in around her. And doesn't flinch, doesn't cry, just takes it. Just literally looks death in the face, the destruction of her planet, and accepts it. And oh my gosh, Faora, Zod's second in command, was probably the best fighter in the movie. I honestly think if Superman hadn't destroyed her breather, she probably would have killed him. And she didn't have to wear skin-tight clothing or skimpy outfits to do it. Number 3. The moral dilemma. There's actually a significant blur between right and wrong in this film, and the choices Superman has to make are not easy. Clark Kent is raised human and is clearly willing to do whatever necessary to help the citizens of Earth. On the other hand, when he finds out that he's Kal-El from Krypton, he must feel a sense of longing to know what the Kryptonians are like. I imagine that once he found out that he had all the tools necessary to start the Kryptonian race anew, he must have hoped that he would be able to do so. Over and over, Zod forces Clark to make decisions that must be insanely difficult for him to make. He has to destroy the ship Zod is flying with the Genesis chamber in it, knowing, since Zod makes it abundantly clear, that doing so dooms the Kryptonians to certain extinction. Then later, during the final showdown between him and Zod, Clark realizes that he'll have to kill Zod, and it's by no means an easy thing for him to do. When Kal kills Zod, he looks so broken, knowing that he just killed the only remaining Kryptonian besides himself. Number 2. The villains. Unlike a lot of superhero movies, Zod and his army had a clear plan with a legitimate motivation for wanting to carry it out. The movie just proves that the simplest plans are the most terrifying. The enemies come close to winning not because of some long, complex chain of events that seem like luck, but because they were actually good at what they did. In fact, their plan can be summed up in just a few simple steps. 1. Threaten Earth for the delivery of Kal-El. 2. Extract from Kal-El the location of the Codex. 3. Use the World Engine to terraform Earth into a new Krypton. 4. Use the Codex in the Genesis chamber to restart the Kryptonian race. See? Only 4 steps to world domination. And what's more, you can't even fault Zod for wanting to carry that plan out. His duty is to protect his race by any means necessary. Honestly, I feel kind of bad for them. All they wanted was to save their race. Granted, they were a little ruthless in going about it, but everything they did still makes sense. And number 1. The humans. By far, the number 1 reason I liked this movie was the portrayal of the average citizen in it. The main characters weren't the only people capable of being heroes. It was clear that everyone was. Time and time again, the characters whose names you forgot were willing to sacrifice their lives for the good of others. This manifested itself in big ways and small. Superman was able to take out the World Engine, but the return of the Kryptonians to the Phantom Zone was left to the ordinary, everyday people without any superpowers at all. All the people aboard that ship knew that they would be sacrificing their lives to save the world. Granted, Lois Lane manages to escape, but, There's no way Superman could have accomplished all that without them. But it extends deeper than that. Even Perry, the editor of the Daily Planet, who is never considered a sympathetic character, steps up in a time of crisis to save the people around him. When the city is under attack, he charges into action, getting everyone out of the building. He then saves one of his colleagues from a falling building, and when she gets trapped, stays with her, giving up any chance he has of escape. They say that the symbol of the House of El means hope, and that's what this movie gives you. Hope in humanity. Humanity is not weak or incompetent. Humanity is strong and brave and capable of so much more than we give ourselves credit for. The strength of all the characters sets this movie ahead of others like it. So that's why I love the new Superman movie. But what about you? Do you love it? Hate it? Let me know in the comments. And what's your favorite superhero movie? Till next time, have hope, geeks in training.